Okay, hello. Here we are back again. It's been a few days since I've recorded some videos, but I want to get started on le conditionnel as a review. And I actually wish I'd had time to put this on the same video as le futur because they're so similar. Okay, so this will be a brief video just to talk about how to do this one and the differences between the two. Okay, so for le futur or le futur simple, you were just talking about what you will do, and the conditional is actually you talking about what you would do, okay, if certain conditions, like le conditionnel, if certain conditions were met. So if I had $1, I would buy some chocolate. If my parents were gone, I would throw a big party, okay? What would you do if certain conditions were met? You also use the conditional for some certain polite expressions as well, like je voudrais is conditional, and that translates to like I would like. Je pourrais, I could, like I would be able to do that for you. Je devrais, I should do this for you. So sometimes it's used for polite expressions as well, but most of the time it's what you would do, okay? Just like the futur was, in English, the future is a compound tense and it's will something. So there's two verbs, and I'm holding up my fingers like you can see me. I forget you can't. The conditionnel is the same thing. It's what you would do. So two words in English, but in French it's only one word. Like there is no word would in French that is built into the verb in the same way that there's no actual word for like will in French. It's built into the word. Like j'aurai, I will have. Okay. The reason I said these two are so similar is because you really already know how to form it. You're just going to take the same root as the future, so future root, and then you're going to add it to some endings those you already know, and those are the imparfait endings. Okay, that's all you're doing. You're taking two things you 1000% already knew how to do, future root plus imperfect endings. So for the future root, remember, you are just taking the infinitive, and you're going to lop off the E minus the E if there was one on there, okay? And then you're going to add the imparfait endings. So as you probably remember, those are the AIS, AIT, IONS, IEZ, AIENT, okay? So for example, let's do a verb. Let's do I don't know, fermer is the first verb that came to my mind. So like I would close the window, but I don't want to because it's hot in here or whatever. So I'm going to take fermer. And then up here I was adding, remember, the avoir endings to that. The only thing that's different is now I'm going to add the imparfait endings. So je fermerai with the AIS. You would close the door, but you don't want to. Fermerai if certain conditions were met. Il fermerait. I'm going through these pretty quickly because it's so similar, and also we've learned this before. This is just a quick review. So like we would close, fermerions, vous fermeriez, and il fermerait with the AINT, fermerait. Okay. So just like the future, except for it's the imparfait endings. So if I had a word like, I don't know, lire, the verb to read, oh no, problem, it doesn't end in an R, so I'd have to lop off that E. So je lirai, tu lirais, il lirait, I would read, you would read, he would read. You said to lop off that E because there has to be an R before you put the endings on there. Okay. So again, future root and perfect endings. So the future root, this was the regular one, and the irregular future roots for conditional, they're the same as the future because that's what they are, okay? So I'm just going to like, just draw an arrow on your paper to see these. So it's the same thing. Avoir is AUR, être is SCR, faire is FER, etc., Everything that you were doing for the future, you would then do for the conditional, okay? So for example, like let's do like this il y a. So in the present tense, it's il y a, okay? In the future, we saw il y aura. So instead of there is or there are, there will be. And now il y aurait, there would be this thing that happened if certain conditions were met, okay? There are no other exceptions to those. You are either using the infinitive or you're using the future stem that was irregular, and you are always using these endings. So that's all I have to say about le conditionnel. We talked about, like I said, you can use it for polite expressions. So like je voudrais. I know that technically means I and would and want, but I would like is how they usually translate that one as a polite expression, and it is used to order food a lot of the time too. So if in a restaurant, je voudrais l'omelette, s'il vous plaît, or whatever it is. Je pourrais, like I could, like I would be able to do something. So like you can ask somebody politely instead of tu peux, can you do something? You'd be like tu pourrais, like could you do something? In the same way that je voudrais is just a lot more polite than je veux. Okay, and then when you do devoir like that, so je devrais, a lot of times they'll do that one as I should. I want to make sure my volume's up. But yeah, I should. Je devrais, tu devrais, you should, whatever. Okay. But again, it's that irregular root with that imparfait ending. So that's all I have to say about le conditionnel. Merci. Au revoir.